Hi Cosmo UK, I'm Taylor Momsen, and this is my vision board. Staying in or going out? Depends on the night. I think in general, staying in. I'm a homebody. I spend so much of my life on the road, so I'm always out. So when I'm home, I really like to stay home, and I live in New York, and I love my apartment. And back in the day, going out. Now, 32, staying in. Nature retreat or city break? City break. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the ocean. I love nature. It's beautiful, it's serene. It's actually great for writing. But I have bad luck with wild animals and bugs. So I'm gonna go city all day, every day. Much safer for me. Writing music at 3 a.m. or 3 p.m. 3 a.m. hands down. I'm very much a nighttime person. I feel like my brain doesn't wake up until around 7 p.m. It kind of doesn't matter what time I go to sleep. I can go to bed early, get 12 hours, get 2 hours, makes no difference. Around 7 is when I'm at my highest, the start of my highest functioning self. Stadiums or festivals? Stadiums. Stadiums are awesome. I mean, festivals are fun, and it's a different kind of world, and it's fun to be in a community of musicians and things, but there's nothing like owning a venue and being the one in charge. We've been on tour with AC/DC for the past 2 years, and that kind of freedom and command and stuff, it's just amazing. So, stadiums. And you get sound checks at stadiums. Like, sound check's my favorite part of the day, and you get no sound check at a festival. Like, I don't know what my voice is gonna sound like that day. That's what sound checks are for. Speakers or headphones? Ooh, I can't pick. Both. I'm gonna say headphones because I can't go anywhere without them. Like, I'm listening to music constantly, but without speakers, you wouldn't really be able to make records. So, all of it, all of the above. Every way to listen to music. Glastonbury or Coachella? Glastonbury, rock festival. Matcha or coffee? I went on a matcha kick for a while where I was religiously drinking matcha, but I would die without black coffee. So, black coffee. Podcasts or books? Books. I like to really absorb what I'm reading. And podcasts are fun, but I do more of them than I listen to them. Ooh, 2000s fashion or fashion today? Probably fashion today. I think we've improved. Thing people most know me for? I'll hope the Pretty Reckless at this point. That's the thing I've been doing the longest. I've been in Pretty Reckless since I was 14 years old. So that's over half my life I've been in this band. So I would hope it's that. But I also did a lot of large-ish things when I was a kid. So it depends on the person, I think. My two biggest influences, John Lennon and Chris Cornell. Favorite role when I was a child actor? Well, Cindy Lou Who. Cindy Lou Who, I mean, that was really my first big film role. And I don't think I knew at the time that it would define so much of my life, even to now. Because you're not thinking that far ahead as a child. And so I didn't realize that I would forever be Cindy Lou Who. But, now looking back on it, that entire experience was wonderful. It was the first time I was in a recording studio. It was essentially my first music video. Getting to work with such amazing talents. I mean, Ron Howard and Jim Carrey, and being on a set of that kind of caliber at such a young age, I think really impacted me in more ways than I realized at the time. And it comes around every year. And so I think I'm forever Cindy Lou Who to a degree. I think at the time, I was only 5 and 6 when we made Grinch. So at the time, it was just fun, honestly. It was like getting to play dress up every day and live in this fantasy imagination world. I think the thing I hated the most was the teeth. Not the teeth themselves, but I hated the taste of the glue. So once I put them in for the day, I never took them out. I would eat with them, talk with them, like in between lunch breaks and everything, because the glue tasted disgusting to me. But no, getting to get all glammed up, it took forever. But once you were in character, you were in that world, and it was a lot of fun. My favorite line from the Grinch film? I'll be honest, I don't really watch it very often because It's always weird to see yourself. I never watch things that I'm in. I'll watch the song. I'll watch Where Are You Christmas. I'll watch like a little snippet of it. But watching myself kind of just makes me uncomfortable. So, but I guess probably the most famous one is you're the Grinch. Yeah. Okay, now hear me out. I never watched Gossip Girl, so anytime I get asked questions about it, I genuinely don't have an answer. I'll leave that one to the fans. You can tell me your favorite moment because I really don't know. Well, Jenny went through character arc and wardrobe arc, which happened around, I don't know, I want to say it was season 2. They started to kind of mold our characters a little bit after us as people. And so Jenny's style got a little bit more melded with Taylor, which at the time was really cool for me because photographers and paparazzi and things were taking photos of me in character and putting it in the tabloids and saying it was me, and that used to really upset me. Because, you know, you're young and you're trying to figure out who you are and you're going through, not an identity crisis, but it was kind of creating an identity crisis of being known as a character when I'm coming into my own as a person. So at the time I liked that. Looking back on it now, should have kept them really separate. That would have made the whole thing a little bit more easy to understand from the outside, I think, and a little less confusing. Behind the scenes stories that you might not know. I've talked about it before a little bit, but I think that not everyone knows that I was working multiple jobs at the same time. I started to get dark circles and because I was tired, and that's kind of, and I was already doing the dark eye makeup, but I think that's where the excessive black came from, as I discovered, oh, if I just make this darker, you're not going to see how tired I am. I'll make it a part of the look, and the rest is history. It stuck. Pretty Reckless started, it was a very lucky turn of events that I met Kato, who produced all our records until he passed away. And through him I met Ben, our guitar player. And Ben was in a band with Mark and Jamie at the time. And me, Ben, and Kato all kind of, we hit it off in a way that we've felt like we've known each other forever. One of those kind of family immediately situations. And then Mark and Jamie came into the fold. And it all just kind of fell into place in this very amazing way when I was 14, and that was how the Pretty Reckless formed. Most memorable in the beginning, off the top of my head, is when we first played London. It was our first London club. We played Notting Hills Arts Club. We'd never been here before. We didn't know what to expect. I was expecting no one to show up and no one to know the music. And it was, in fact, the polar opposite of that. It was the line down the block of people that couldn't get in. It was oversold, it was overpacked. And they knew every word to every song on the album. They were so loud singing that we couldn't get louder than the audience. And that was an incredible feeling. And so that show in particular, like, we've played so many shows over the years, but that one will forever live in my brain. Venues that I want to, okay, well, let's go Notting Hills Arts Club, because I just mentioned that. We also played Wembley Stadium recently with ACDC, 2 nights with ACDC, and that has always been a highlight bucket list show for me. So now next goal is to do that ourselves. So let's put that up there. The process of creating the new record. Normally, you know, you go into a recording studio for 6 months, a year, however long it takes to make the record, but it's a condensed period of time. This time around, we finished touring Death by Rock and Roll. My agent calls me and he goes, hey, so you don't want to tour anymore, you're finished, right? And I said, 100%, don't call me with any shows, I'm in the studio, like, I'm finished, I have to make new music, I'm dying to. He goes, okay, sounds good, but even if it's for something really big. And I said, no, like, don't call me at all, like, we are off grid, I'm in the studio. And I flippantly said as a joke at the end of the call, unless like the Rolling Stones or AC/DC call, and then you can call me. And he goes, okay. Bring when the phone rings. It's my agent. And I go, why is he calling me? I told him not to call me. I pick up the phone and he goes, Taylor, you're not going to believe this, but AC/DC just called and they want to take you out on tour. Never in my wildest dreams. Like, AC/DC hadn't been on the road since it was like 2015. Like, there was no world in which that was going to happen when I said that joke. Needless to say, when AC/DC calls, you say yes to that. So we put the recording sessions on pause. About 2 weeks later, my phone rings again. He goes, "Dude, you're really not going to believe this. The Rolling Stones also called." So we played with the Stones and AC/DC in the same week in stadiums after a joke. Some weird universal alignment. But we've now been out with AC/DC for the past 2 years, which has been one of the most incredible experiences of my life. But it made the recording process of Dear God a bit different, where we had to record the record in between tours, which at the time when we first accepted the tour was a bit nerve-wracking to me, because you never really want to break up a flow in the studio if it's going well, because you don't know if you're going to get it back. We did, though. And so all is well. I would say that it's a, I don't know how to sum up something in one word. I'd say it feels like me. It feels like me in the most authentic kind of way. And I'm so excited to play it live. Like, all I want to play is the new record, which is, a strange place to be, but it feels like us. And I feel like we're just taking a huge leap forward as a band with this record. And I'm really, really excited for people to hear it. So proud of it. I don't know, can we just put Dear God in big, bold spray paint? Let's go for that. I'm Taylor Momsen. Thanks so much for watching.